So how do we avoid burnout while helping? Right. I found this experience a lot. So when we were talking about sentient beings are numberless, we vow to save them all. I did mention that we are also part of all beings, and we forget that. So some people, we call it, have this attachment to helping, which means you're not taking care of yourself. So if you read any Zen Master Sung Song's books, he said, when someone is hungry, you give them food. But what if you're hungry? So if someone's hungry, give them food. That is the meaning of the Bodhisattva way, or helping this world. But if you're hungry, what do? You eat. That is also the name for the Bodhisattva way, or helping this world. I give an analogy of this in my book, where I talked about when I used to fly. I don't fly anymore lately. But in the beginning of the flight attendants are talking about how to put a seatbelt on and all of these other things. But the really interesting thing they talk about is the oxygen mask. And they say if the oxygen masks come down, what do? You put it on yourself first, then you help those around you. And at first I thought, no way, I'm going to help my kids. But then I thought, wait a minute, if I'm dead, then I can't do anything. So I notice when people are getting burned out, means they're not taking care of themselves. What does that mean? Maybe they're not sleeping well. Maybe they're not eating. Maybe they're not even practicing. So taking care of ourselves is helping this world. That's why I asked earlier, why do we practice Zen? If it's just for me, the natural result is suffering or dissatisfaction. If it's for all beings, which includes me, because I'm not separate from all beings, right? That's where love and compassion appear. So, moment to moment to moment, just perceive what's in front of us. Respond to that with love and compassion. The name for that is the Buddha way, the Bodhisattva way, helping this world. So if you're hungry, you eat. Someone else is hungry, you give them food. If you're sick, rest. If someone else is sick, make them some tea. How do I know I am not helping for merit or make others dependent? So don't make I. What is this I? Where does this I come from? If that's not clear, then you're right. You have a problem. Zen Master De Kwang and I were going over old stories. And I was telling him some stories that I heard many years ago, and we're making a plan to record these. And a lot of them have to do with our great-grand teachers. And once a monk and Zen Master Kyung Ho were walking back to the temple. And on the way, this younger monk noticed that there were some kids torturing frogs. So this younger monk went to these boys and said, hey, I'm going to give you money for each frog. So he gave these boys all this money, and then he took these frogs, and then he released them into the pond. And then he thought to himself, I just saved these frogs. So this is the merit that you're mentioning here. And then he went to Zen Master Kyung Ho. Kyung Ho said, what are you doing? He goes, I just saved these frogs. He said, oh, you saved these frogs, you're going to hell. And the young monk, what do you mean? I just saved these frogs. How could I go to hell? Yeah, the frogs were released. Very good. But you make this I very strong. This I makes hell. Zen Master Sung Song's teacher was Zen Master Kobang, and he said, if you truly want to help and you truly want to give, forget about three things: I, you, and give. Very good teaching. What does that mean? Throw all of that away. Your mind is clear like a mirror, connects to what's in front of you, and then you're able to respond in a way that's correct. So if someone's becoming dependent on you and you don't see that, then that means I has appeared. If you're helping to get something, I has appeared. We all know the famous exchange with Emperor Wu and Bodhidharma, when Bodhidharma, who came from India, who received transmission and wanted to teach in China. One of his first encounters was Emperor Wu. Emperor Wu was a very devout Buddhist who built many temples and helped many monks and nuns. And he heard about this Bodhidharma. So this Emperor Wu was asking him, I built all these temples, helped all of these monastics. I've gave them clothes and food, places to practice. How much merit did I get? Bodhidharma said, none. Emperor Wu is very surprised. He goes, well, then what's the holiest of all holy? Bodhidharma roughly said, nothing. So at this moment, Bodhidharma can tell that Emperor Wu is getting very frustrated. Then who is in front of me right now? And Bodhidharma said, don't know. So this is really important. As I said before, the source of suffering comes from I. But if that's true, then where did this I come from? From that place, our mind can become clear. We can realize our own enlightened nature. Then there is no I, you, and give. There's just do it from moment to moment to moment to moment. Then we don't have to worry about merit.